The USS Wasp was an aircraft carrier built in the 1940s. It was designed to be a smaller, more efficient carrier. But it ended up being a flawed and problematic ship. The Wasp was too small to carry enough aircraft. It had a short flight deck, making takeoffs difficult. The ship's elevators were slow and unreliable. The hangar deck was cramped and poorly designed. The Wasp's engines were underpowered. It had a slow top speed of 18 knots. The ship's armor was thin and inadequate. It lacked adequate anti-aircraft defenses. The Wasp's radar systems were outdated. It had poor communication equipment. The ship's crew was inexperienced. The Wasp was commissioned in 1943. It saw action in World War II. But it struggled to perform its duties. The ship's aircraft struggled to take off. Many planes crashed or were damaged. The Wasp's air group was ineffective. The ship's problems were ignored by the Navy. They prioritized getting the ship to sea quickly over safety and performance concerns. The Wasp's flaws were exposed in combat. It struggled to keep up with other carriers. The ship's slow speed made it vulnerable. It was nearly sunk by Japanese forces. The Wasp's crew performed poorly. They struggled to coordinate air operations. The ship's aircraft were poorly maintained. Many planes were grounded due to mechanical issues. The Wasp's problems continued after the war. It was used for experimental purposes. But its flaws made it unsuitable. The ship was eventually decommissioned. In 1947, after just 4 years of service, the Wasp was sold for scrap in 1948. Its legacy is one of failure. The ship's design was flawed from the start. It was rushed into service without proper testing. The Wasp's problems were ignored by the Navy in favor of getting the ship to sea quickly. The ship's crew suffered as a result. They were forced to deal with a poorly designed ship. The Wasp's flaws put them in danger. The ship's aircraft were unreliable. Many planes were lost due to mechanical issues. The Wasp's air group was ineffective. The ship's problems were never fully addressed. The USS Wasp is considered the worst aircraft carrier ever built.